Referee, Mr. Erlindo Eusebio. National Referee. Second Referee, Mr. Ryan Vincent Corpus. National Referee. Let's welcome our starting lineup from our PLDT High Speed Hitters. Let's begin with our team captain. She wears jersey number 3, Mika Irene Reyes. At number 6, Savannah Dawn Davison. At number 10, Erica May Santos. Number 12, Rhea Katrina de Maculangan. At number 13, Del Palomata. And number 15, Honey Royce Tubino. Starting libero, number 8, Kathleen Faith Arado. Head coach, Mr. Raul Benson Ricafort. Presenting our Nxled Chameleons. Let's begin with jersey number 2, Laika Ebon. At number 3, Joanna Louise Maraginot. Number 6, Leah Alexa Pelaga. At number 7, Krich Aishlu Makaslang. Number 8, May Luna. And number 17, Camille Angelica Cal. Starting libero, number 5, Rachel Victoria Horvina. Head coach, Mr. Taku Minowa. This match is under the regulation and supervision of the Games and Amusement Board.
Take a look at the starting lineup of your high-speed hitters. Going to be key here. Mika Reyes can produce in double digits. Only 7 points for Reyes in the last game. But you can rely on Tubino and Davison to come up with the big numbers as per usual. In the meantime, starting lineup for your Nxled Chameleons. A lot of tall players in this lineup. Krich Makaslang, they've got a tall setter in Camille Cal. Pelaga is there as well. Your starters, start a new way to watch the PVL via the Pilipinas Live app for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for only 149 pesos. What do you think of this front line? I mean, this is a solid lineup here for Coach Minoa. Camille Cal, and I mean, I'm sure a lot of fans are happy to see Camille Cal finally, get into her own after struggling being the third center for National University, not having the chance to really showcase her talent with UP. Now she's here in the pros.
Well, I think it was the right decision for her to really take her potential here in the pros, and at least now she's getting the opportunity to, improve and grow in the sport. And I also watched their opening game. She really did well in that opening game, but ito nga, yung mga against the veteran teams, medyo struggle for her to activate her spikers. And syempre, it's a system kind of strategy na kailangan sa depensa at malakas din yung efficiency ng kanyang mga spikers. But definitely a lot to learn against PLDT, lalo na yung mga ganyang plays. And it also needs connection among the spikers that she has, no? Kagaya ng connection na meron si Rhea de Maculangan ni Mika Reyes. Pinagtibay na ng panahon yung connection na yan.
Pinagtibay ng panahon. Well, Mika Reyes fans going to be happy. She has the first point of the high-speed hitters in this matchup. Nice block up top by Davison.
Davison, I believe, is also number 3 in blocking. So, despite her height, no, syempre nanliliit siya katabi ito sila Palomata, but you gotta watch out for she's very active at the net.
Davison is 5'10", so she's not really that small, but obviously beside Palomata, who's 6'3", everyone is small. That's gonna be just outside for May Luna.
Easy point there given to the high-speed hitters. Ito naman yung kailangan na i-improve ng Nxled, no? But look at their coach, maninigurado agad, putting in Abil after that first error by Luna.
A very early substitution. We don't see subs this early. I mean, just 4 points have been exchanged so far. But what do you think the changes need to be for the Chameleons, Mela, to be more competitive? Because they've got a really solid lineup here. As you see, Maraginot up top with the dump.
Well, so far so good no? Pero yung kailangan kasi nilang sabayan yung mga mas complicated na galawan ng mga kalaban. Kasi we talk about the basics, they do decent passing, yung kanilang mga spikers, like Maraguinot has been playing well this conference, at itong si Laika Ebo, na-feature din natin si Camille Victoria kanina. Pero kapag dikdikan na, doon sila kulang.
Meantime, Del Palomata with the tip, and every conference, every year, Del Palomata seems to be more and more confident.
No, Eric, I think narinig ka ni Mika Reyes at ni Palomata. Sabi mo, medyo single digits sila the past games. And I think they're being fed more now in this game. Area na makulangan.
Meantime, Santos 5 points in the last game. Not a good pass there from Joanna Maraguinot. Back row, Laika Ebon, who's also, what a revelation Ebon is. But back-to-back points here from Del Palomata.
Look at that. Del Palomata feeling it after that second point. And yung strategy ngayon ni Rhea de Maculangan, I think mina-maximize yung advantage nila sa gitna. Kasi the middle game of Nxled, it's not, it's not as high as kung paano yung mga wing game nila, especially having Ebon and Maraguinot do the damage for the Nxled Chameleons.
Meantime, as you see a service fault for Santos and PLDT. What's going to be key for this team? PLDT has always been right up there in terms of, as you see, a service ace here for the Chameleons. In the last conference, they finished 5th. They were 4th in the first All-Filipino conference. So they're always right there in the top 5, right?
Ang tawag ko nga sa PLDT the almost team. Kasi pag titignan mo sila tao-tao, pag titignan mo sila sistema, andun intact. Kasi nandun yung formula na magandang depensa. Of course, Kat Arado is there. Yeah. And kapag nasa loob pa sila, Fiola Ciballo, syempre mga all-around player, very defensive players. Tapos yung gitna nila, very competitive pa. There was a time Palomata and Mika Reyes were the top middle blockers in PVL. So, anytime kayang-kayang i-distribute ni Rhea de Maculangan kahit kanino na bala yung kanyang mga sets. Pero, I guess, injuries, yun din yung naging problema nila the past conferences. Of course, also losing itong si Jovi Prado.
Oh, that's obviously a big hit for the lineup of Coach Roderick Ford, not having Jovi Prado there is an exciting attacker from the wings. Meantime, another service error here. A couple of service errors at least for the high-speed hitters. That's why it is a close game. 5 serving 6. Maculangan sets it up to Tubino. Let's go to Kyla Castillo. We'll get back to Kyla in just a little bit. But good defensive play at the net by the Chameleons, Mela, in the last play against Tubino.
Just like that, we're tied at 6. And you did mention the height of the Nxled Chameleons. Talagang malaki yung kanilang mga blockers. Yung kailangan lang din yung base, and it's something that you develop as you play.
All right, let's get back to Kyla. Kyla, what do you have?
With the addition of Savannah Davison, Coach Roderick Ford told me that he views PLDT as a brand new team with brand new set of challenges to overcome and a brand new firepower to utilize. Eric and Mela, itong si Coach Rod, he's very particular with instilling discipline and the concept of sacrifice sa team. Kaya nga raw hindi uso ang holiday sa kanila. Holiday is training day because at the end of the conference, they hope to reap the benefits. New streaming experiences await via the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for as low as 149 pesos. Now back to you, Eric and Mela.
All right, thank you, Kyla. I'm sure you don't miss that, the no holidays part of training, Mela.
Magugulat kapag sinabi kong oo. Pero kasi hanap-hanapin din ang katawan mo once you're out of the game. But yeah, I do relate to what Kyler reported na yung mga coaches. Actually, the players wala na rin sama ng loob yan kapag holiday at nag-ensayo. Because ever since college, I believe that's the kind of culture instilled in everyone. And nag-pay off naman. Tignan mo, Royce Tubino finishing off that long rally against Nxled.
But that was made possible by the one-handed jumping diving dig by Catarado, right?
That's right.
7-all opening set. Cal sets it up May go to Laika Ebon. Laika Ebon, after struggling, especially during that short stint with FEU, I mean, we're all glad to see her showcase her talents here.
There's always that question na makakabalik pa kaya siya sa form niya dati because she was very explosive in season 81 until that ACL injury happened. And when she got back, I think it's not the same
Not the same.
anymore. And she was given an opportunity by Akari, pero yung opportunity naman limited. Siyempre, andun din yung mga kapwesto niya, sila din Manabat,
That's right.
Eli Soyud. But the next team, emerging, it's just a perfect opportunity for her, for us to see na, okay, babalik pa pala.
As you see this attack, a little tip from Laika Ebon, back-to-back points for Ebon, and it was perfect, right? That question posed by Daniel Ravena at the start during the pregame. They want to prove that they're not the little sisters. They're not the other team, the other split of Akari.
And the best time to see that is when they face off against each other.
That's going to be an exciting matchup.
I think yung storyline then with this team is yung mga players seeking redemption or mga players na medyo matagal natin hindi nakita. Like itong sila Judith Abel who's on the floor right now. But the likes of Jo Maraguinot also, she's been playing with the teams, but we haven't seen the same eagle claw form of Joanna Maraguinot until this conference.
That's true. But because of the same situation you were talking about when they were playing with Akari, there are so many players in the same position.
Loaded yung wings.
Yeah. So now she can really spread her wings, so to speak. They are on top by 2 here. Chameleons against the high-speed hitters. Santos, one-handed dig coming from Judith Abil. Maraguinot sends it over. Chance ball for the high-speed hitters. Santos rejected. Overpass. Oh, what a lucky break here for Davison and PLDT.
Look at the strategy of Rhea de Maculangan. I'm sure everyone was looking at the spike, but itong si Maculangan, she saw that Maraguinot was struggling to go back in place dahil nga dun sa depensa niya from the last sequence. Kaya dun niya sinit kay Erica Santos. And that point was very much team effort by PLDT.
Chance to tie here for the high-speed hitters. Ebon, no, she says not just yet.
And you know what? Camille Cal has been setting up Ebon, and we are expecting that PLDT would have anticipated that she was going to her. Pero tingnan mo, single block pa din. And that's also because of the delay from that set, making sure that Ebon was wide open.
22-year-old Laika Ebon out of Davao. Nice serve, overpass. Chance here for the Chameleons from the middle. Pelaga is turned away. Maraguinot. Another one-handed dig coming from Marado. A push by Davison, turned away by Camille Cal. And that is just on the line for Santos. So many great plays from PLDT here in the opening set.
I strongly believe that the costume of Kat Arado last Halloween was Superman. Biglang lumilipad para mag-dig, but nonetheless, that's the value of Kat Arado na team. Makikita mo naman. Gaganahan talaga yung mga spikers na umatake, especially after those crucial saves.
So she's making a strong case for Queen of Defense in today's first game.
Erica Santos with an emphatic block against Joanna Maraguinot. Let's take a look at that again. Single man block. Great penetration, great read.
Mika Reyes, 3-time UAAP champion. Had 2 aces in the last game. Maraguinot blocked again. But good coverage. Maraguinot tries again. That block was knocked together, and Maraguinot punishes it.
I believe we're getting a face-off. It's slowly unfolding between Erica Santos and Joanna Maraguinot. And napapansin ko, itong connection ni Camille Cal kay Jo. Gusto nila yung mga plays na shoot set. And mostly the points of Jo come from those kinds of sets.
Bad pass there from Davison. Broken play, but it's on the line. Royce Tubino from the back row knocks it in.
I haven't heard from her in a while, but once she gets set up, she makes sure it counts, starting the end line. Let's take a look at that again. Yun talaga yung may hirap unin kasi sabi nga ng mga coaches, mas mahirap umatras kesa umabante.
Abil is blocked by Di Maculangan. Camille Cal sets it up. Ebon off speed. Dug by Tubino. Santos from the back row. Picked up by Maraguinot. Great defense, both teams. Pelaga knocks it in.
Pelaga really unleashing all the potential she has, getting that point against the taller Palomata.
Although Leah Pelaga knocking in the last point to send us to our first technical timeout. Meantime, Del Palomata also very active, at least a couple of points already. But the points of the high-speed hitters are well distributed. Nobody more than with more than 2 points, but at least 4 players with more than 1 point.
But it's also their errors has been giving some momentum to Nxled Chameleons, and ito nga si Laika Ebon has been doing a lot of damage as expected.
Meantime, Del Palomata gets a point. It's on the line. And the game is tied at 13. Meantime, Savannah Davison played for New Mexico State and also a couple of years in Oklahoma University. Camille Cal. That's been one of the strengths here. Pelaga, makaslang for the Chameleons, Mela.
It's very smart for Camille to replicate what Rhea de Maculangan is doing, feeding the middles. And kanina, puro Laika Ebon tayo kahit nasa backline doon niya sineset. But when she realized na yung middle nila very effective at masipag pumapasok sa mga plays, binibigyan niya na, and it's been working well for them.
Tubino is blocked. Santos with coverage. De Maculangan is back to Tubino. Blocked again. Palomata with the up. Davison with a push and scores.
A very tough point for PLDT. And I think Savannah wasn't even in the right position. Hindi siya naka-address ng maayos. But vertical leap will do it. No blockers on the side of Nxled Chameleons. So dapat yung mga blockers umatras na para nakadepensa sila because the floor defenders were really anticipating a spike from Davison.
2 times already, the Chameleons have watched a ball just float right down the middle. Let's see if they can make adjustments defensively. Overpass. Ebon punishes them for the error.
That's when you know Rhea de Maculangan really makes good sets. But this time to Laika Ebon.
But what a set, first of all, by Cal. Only 1 blocker against Ebon, and which forced the overpass by de Maculangan for the easy point.
Been becoming a trend, that Ebon and Cal connection.
Chameleons back up by 1. Good pass by Davison. Running attack. Vika Reyes with a dump.
Those drop balls have been working well for the high-speed hitters. Kanina si Palomata nakailan din dyan, and now Rhea de Maculangan feeding Vika Reyes on that running short, tipping it against the Nxled Chameleons.
Reyes with 2 points. They are led by Davison with 3. Di Makulangan, already 30 years old, out of Batangas. One-handed set. Nope. That is a lifting violation against Cal.
Camille Cal is a backline setter. So hindi niya pwedeng i-dump yung bola as it goes to the side of the PLDT.
Tubino with 2 points. Di Makulangan, 10 excellent sets. Was a starter in all sets in their last game, a win against the Foxies. Ebon, what a cut shot!
I have no words for that last spike by Ebon. I mean, though she doesn't need power, alam niya kung paano gagawa ng puntos, and even with the tough set. Dahil syempre kaliwete, palagpas na sa kanya yung bola. Just a lot of ball control for Laika Ebon. Still getting that point, and that is her 6th point already, top scoring in this whole game.
Meantime, Critch Makaslang from Adamson with a service ace. That puts the Chameleons back on top by 1.
Great showing by the young guns.
Yeah.
Nxled Chameleons really challenging the veteran team of the PLDT High Speed Hitters. And you know, we mentioned about the errors kanina na binibigay ng PLDT, pero the points talaga ng Nxled ngayon galing sa kanila.
Tubino, blocked by Ebon. Here's Santos, single blocker, and Santos will score.
Erica Santos, number 23 in scoring. And it's so good to see her earn her spot in the starting 6 of the PLDT High Speed Hitters. She's also number 4 in the best spikers list.
So young, so talented, just 22 years old, Santos. Meantime, Tubino out of the University of Perpetual Help. Serve all the way to the back. Nice pass by Abil. Maraginot, cross court, picked up by Arado. Davison. Outside. Good job by Gervina letting it go.
Very explosive approach for Savannah Davison, but that just had a little much juice.
Meantime, Laika Ebon. Overpass again. Maraginot unable to put it away. Santos. Abil with a one-handed dig. Maraginot hits it. Picked up by Tubino. Di Makulangan back to Santos. Oh, beautiful tip by Erica Santos. How good is Santos today?
Well, that's what happens when you have hang time. Changing her decision last second. Look at that. And yung touch niya sa bola, parang halos hindi niya nahawakan yung bola. Inalis niya agad.
Just excellent. Really soft hands for Santos.
And really love thinking players, no? Kasi they've seen how those drop shots really stack up points for their team, and yun yung ginagawa niya dahil medyo nagde-develop din yung depensa nitong Nxled eh.
That's going to be out. First serve. Checking in for the first time off the bench, Jessie De Leon, former Tigress, did not score in their win against the Foxies. And it's these errors you're talking about it, Mela. Now the Chameleons back on top by 1, 19-18, served by Maraginot. Oh, powerful dump there, Del Palomata, already with 4 points.
Against those drop shots, power tips that have been doing it for the high-speed hitters. I think all they need to do is really break that pattern. Kasi sabi natin, sa Nxled, ginagawa yung puntos sila, maganda yung ginagalaw nila. But during those moments na nakaka-tie itong PLDT, they throw the momentum away with those service errors.
Di Makulangan sets it, Davison. Dug by Maraginot, pass by Gervina. Here comes Ebon, back row. Arado picking it up. Di Makulangan will go back to Davison with a push. Easy block for Camille Cal. Di Makulangan, underhand pass. Gervina. Cal goes to the middle. Pelaga knocks it in.
Pelaga getting those crucial points for the Nxled Chameleons.
There is a challenge though for PLDT, ball in, ball out challenge. As we wait for that result. How amazing is the transition by the Chameleons from defense at the net, defense on the floor to offense. I mean, the way they've been shifting, it doesn't look like they're a newly formed team at all.
Well, ito naman yung expected na ma-develop nila. Of course, they have a Japanese coach, and you know, the Japanese volleyball culture is very strict and deep floor defense, no? And napag-usapan natin yung height ng team na to, I think alam na natin na may potential sila na makakuha ng mga good block touches as we take a look at this ball in, ball out challenge by PLDT High Speed Hitters.
This will be clearly in. Yeah.
Well, might as well use the challenges dahil
That's true.
we're approaching the end game of the first set.
Don't carry it over. There are 2 challenges per team per set. So, unsuccessful challenge for Coach Rodrigo Fort. They have 1 challenge remaining. For Coach Minoa, they still have 2 challenges. As Pelaga will sit down, Kiara Permentilla will check in for the first time. Permentilla did not play against the Angels in their last game.
We also see Michelle Morente entering the court for the high-speed hitters. These are very crucial substitutions.
Morente, 3 points, was a starter for PLDT against the Foxies. 1 point lead for the Chameleons. A very precarious stage of the opening set. 20-19 is our score. Remember, the Chameleons coming off a 3-set loss. That's a bad pass, a rare bad pass from one of the best receivers we've ever seen.
What a target by Permentilla. You know, coming off the bench, you're cold, and you target one of the best libero in the country and gets an ace. Shows a lot of guts, and it forces PLDT to call for a timeout.
Ayun nga, settle down muna sa pasa. Yung pattern lang. Ang play natin. Kulang ako. Pati chance, mas kailangan sa chance. Na-activate. Ha? Pag nagbalikan, 2 spikers pa rin. Bigyan mo ka kay Sabi yung quick. Dalawa tayo sa ano. 2 sa open ulit. Nakuha?
Yes po.
Kung sakali gumalog ulit, yung cover lang, okay lang.
Okay.
Tapos chance ulit tayo. Go.
Tara ha! Tapos tayo! Tapos! Reality! Yes, sir! Tara ha!
Go. Kailangan ko na.
Well, Coach Rodrigo Fort forced to burn a timeout after a service ace by Kiara Permentilla. Davison still with all smiles on her face. They have a 2-game winning streak after losing their first game of the second All-Filipino Conference. Right now, though, they're a little bit in trouble. Down by 2 points, 21-19 against these young upstarts from Nxled.
This is the challenge for the Nxled Chameleons, how to finish off this set. Dahil pag ikaw yung mas batang team, yan yung nagiging common struggle eh.
A powerful push there by Davison for the point and the side out for PLDT.
Sabi natin, mas batang team. Dito naman sa kabila, mas veterano at yan nga, veteran moves by Savannah Davison. Papa-check to get that easy point, making this a 1-point ball game.
Member of the Canadian national team, Savannah Davison. Important serve, but a great pass by Maraginot Abil. That was softened by the net cord. Here comes a back row attack. Davison with back-to-back points, and the game is tied at 21.
Savannah Davison heating up as they tie the game 21-all. Sayang din yung palo na yun ni Abel. She only had a single blocker, pero nanggigil siguro. And syempre, PLDT has the sense of urgency to tie the game.
5 points now for Davison. Abil will try again. Got it. You love the style of Camille Cal. Give confidence to Abil. She needs Abil, so give her another chance. Abil goes cross-court this time and finds the hole.
And yan, pure wrist action. Getting a point against Kat Arado. Kanina nang gigil, ngayon naman saktong lagay lang. And she gets that point for Nxled.
Chameleons back on top by 1. Oh, a bad pass there by Davison off a short serve by Cal. Tubino outside. Back to a 2-point lead. So after a 2-point run by the red shirts, another 2-point run this time by the Chameleons.
What a treat for the volleyball
Yeah.
fans here in Santa Rosa, Laguna. We are just at the first set as we see Mel Mendrez checking in for Royce Tubino. Mendrez actually used to be their starter in the previous conferences.
Mendrez didn't play against the Foxies. 2-point lead and 2 points away from winning the first set. Another short serve, another overpass. Abil could have put that away. Ebon with a push. Overpass again. There's Morente with the up. Di Makulangan, back row Davison. Off speed, dug by Maraginot. Ravenna will set it up. Abil. Chance ball here for the high-speed hitters. Arado, Di Makulangan. They go to Mendrez. Block, and it goes outside. Side out PLDT. A couple of golden opportunities, Mela, for the Chameleons to go to set point, but they were not able to pull it off.
I know, it was actually a lot of free balls from the reception of PLDT. But yan yung kailangan nga nilang ma-develop, no? Closing out the rallies, closing out the sets. Dahil itong PLDT just really eager to catch up. And now they have Ange Legacion for the serve.
1 point lead for the Chameleons. Abil. Yes! Judith Abil brings the Chameleons to 2 set points here. 24-22 opening set.
No, Kat Arado, and so Judith Abil targeted the cross court. We know that Mitch Morente is a very good defender, but look at the position of those two players. Halos magka-overlap na sila, kaya may lituhan. Successful point for Abil.
We haven't seen Judith Abil in such a long time. The last time, was UE, and you forget how powerful Judith Abil is despite the, thin frame.
And even her serves are very sharp.
Yep. There's a push. De Leon, chance to put it away. Camille Cal. Ebon, got it!
Look at that! The young Nxled Chameleons getting the first set with that Ebon cross-court hit.
7 points for Laika Ebon. That's their 7th. She knocks it in. And the result is a 3-point win for the Chameleons. Opening set is theirs versus the high-speed hitters. Of this highly competitive, very close set, Mela.
We were talking about the kind of culture that their coach is instilling in them dahil nga, sabi natin, Japanese volleyball culture, a lot of discipline. At yun yung pinakita nila, no? Dahil all throughout the set, hindi nila pinalayo itong PLDT until they got the lead and they managed to hold on to it. At yung discipline na pangalagaan yung kada puntos, dumapensa pag kailangan. And even though there were breaks of the game na yung mga regalo hindi nila mapatay agad, they made sure now the next points they were gonna get it. But of course, PLDT, I think they had more attack points. It's just a matter of their, of course, errors. happening in moments na nagbibuild talaga ng momentum itong Nxled. And let's take a look at the set 1 stats. Again, yung atake ng PLDT has been their strength in that set. And yung kanilang blockings, of course, Del Palomata, even Savannah Davison, and Erica Santos really teaming up to get those excellent block touches. But look at the aces of the Nxled Chameleons. I think dyan sila nagpundar. Even getting an ace against Kat Arano, that's a lot. But speaking of a lot, look at those errors. You know, PLDT doubling up on the errors committed by Nxled. They really need to come back stronger in this set to make this a much more exciting game for the fans.
They only lost by 3 points, so there you go. The errors alone gave the first set away for the high-speed hitters. But in case you don't believe, the stats in terms of how close the opening set was, as you look at the crowd inside the Santa Rosa Sports Complex, 13 lead changes, 4 deadlocks, and the biggest lead for both teams was only 3 points. That's how close the opening set was.
I think that 3-point lead, nangyari pa yun nung mga 1-6 pa yung score.
So very competitive matchup between these two teams that are actually far apart in terms of the standings, because PLDT is at 2-1 while Nxled is at 1-2. Second set underway. A tip there by Santos, kept alive by Gervina. Maraginot. Oh, what a cut shot.
We've seen it from Ebon earlier, and now we see it from Maraginot. Kaya maniniwala ko hindi chamba yan at talagang isa yan sa mga pinapractice nila. Just look at that swing and the wrist action.
How she avoided the 2 blockers. It was almost, the ball was running parallel to the net. That's how good of a shot that was. Almost a service ace there for Ebon. Di Makulangan with the underhand pass. The dig is no good for Abil for the first point of PLDT as we send it courtside to Kyla Castillo.
She's good, but she can be better. This is how Coach Taka described the former FU Lady tama raw Laika Ebon. In-emphasize ni Coach Taka ang kakulangan ni Laika sa confidence department na naghihinder daw sa kanyang pag-achieve ng kanyang full potential. With that, he shared that he's honing the finisher mindset in Laika in hopes of unleashing her fiercer self. Well, I think we already saw a bit of that in that first set finisher. New streaming experiences await via the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for as low as 149 pesos. Now back to you, Eric and Mela.
All right, thank you, Kyla. Gotta be scary if you hear that and you're the coach of the other teams, right? I mean, Coach Minoa saying she's good, but she can be better when she's so good already. All 3 games Ebon has played, she scored in double digits. 14 versus Jerflor, 11 versus F2, and 10 versus the Angels.
Well, I think yun yung kagandahan sa coach na may instill din nila sa mga players nila. Yung kahit gano'n kang kagaling, alam mo na may igagaling ka pa. Kasi it makes the players not, want to stop growing from the sport.
Meantime, another service error here for the high-speed hitters. That's their 5th. And the game is tied at 2. Second set. Di Makulangan to Reyes. She's been quiet after scoring a couple of points in the opening set. Abil. Arado with the up. Di Makulangan to Davison. Oh, Ravena with a nice dig. Maraginot sets it up. They go to Abil again. And here's Santos. That is just on the line.
Rhea Di Makulangan really working wonders for the PLDT High Speed Hitters. Really activating all of her spikers in that sequence. She went to Davison, Mika Reyes, and lastly to finish things off, she had that combination play with Erica Santos, finishing things off for them.
Let's go back to what you said, Mela. I mean, the luxury of Di Makulangan to have all those 3 attackers at her disposal on any given time. I mean, you go to Davison, then you go to Reyes. She didn't even go to Palomata yet. She went to Santos for the kill. Santos with 6 points. So many options for Di Makulangan each and every play.
And I think that's what keeps PLDT as one of the teams na kabang-abang every conference. Kasi every conference, iniikot nila yung mga spikers nila. For a time, it was Mendres and Prado.
That's right.
Then it was Prado and Ceballos. Pero all of them would land in the top scorers and the top spikers. And matataas yung porsyento nila. Kasi nga, ang galing ng setter nila, ang galing ng libero nila, at ang gaganda pa ng mga plays nila. So kahit sinong bunutin, kayang mag-produce.
Meantime, Camille Cal with a beautiful block against Davison. We haven't even talked about Samontes. Samontes also in this lineup for PLDT. Good save by Pelaga. Oh, and a lucky break there A block on Palomata by Makaslang. Rally continues. Santos, once again, such a smart player, Erica Santos.
It's like Erica Santos just have radar on the Nxled side. Dahil she knew there was no libero on the side of the court of the Chameleons. And we know that some of the middle blockers are not really the best floor defenders.
Back-to-back points for Santos. She has 7 already. Abil attacks. There's got to be a block touch there. Ooh, no touch according to Erdindo Eusebi, our first referee. So the point going to PLDT. They're up by 1. 5-4. No aces yet for PLDT actually. Abil. Dug by Arado. Davison. Abil keeping it alive. Jervina will set it. Maraginot back row. Tubino. Davison again. Maraginot with a dig. Overpass. Camille Cal. That is irrecoverable. And a point for PLDT. Their lead is 2 now.
You know, we see everyone from the Nxled Chameleons moving around. Pero etong kabilang side ng PLDT, very calm, very collected. And, you know, Rhea de Maculangan just doing her magical sets, you could call it that.
And it's been pure offense coming from PLDT in the last rally. Ebon. While the Chameleons were just defending on their end. Abil. Blocked by Palomata. 3 straight points rattled off by the high-speed hitters.
This is what you need to be reminded of when you're going up against PLDT. No? Kailangan yung mga depensa nyo nasa may setter's box lang. Kasi kapag alam na nila at mataas yung set mo sa open, napakadali para abangan ni Palomata.
Abil will try again. Santos with the up. Di Maculangan sets it. They go to Davison. Davison through the block of Makaslang and through. Gets a point. That's 4 unanswered points here. Or make that 5 unanswered points already for PLDT.
Just like that, Davison is gonna get close to Ebon, the leading scorers of this game. Kanina, iwan na iwan siya dyan. It was really Ebon who was really stacking up points while I think Davison ended up with 3 points in the first set. But now, sabi natin yung discipline ng Nxled, napakaganda ng first set. Ngayon naman, ang ganda ng discipline sa laro nitong PLDT High Speed Hitters in the second set.
Oh, net touch there on Palomata.
Mistimed the rock shot for Del Palomata. Let's take a look at that again.
Well, you know, you're tall, you have long arms. It backfires once in a while.
Pababa na siya, hindi niya pa natatouch yung bola. So, tinry niyang habulin and she didn't see that she was too close at the net.
So that stops the 5-0 run by the high-speed hitters. Camille Cal will serve. Try and get a run here for the Chameleons. Di Maculangan, Palomata off the head of Judith Abil. Quick side out for PLDT.
Rhea de Maculangan just really being so unpredictable in the second set. Kanina, yung mga earlier sets niya, mga previous sequences, puro wing hitters yung nakakapuntos, pero kagat ng kagat yung mga middle blockers ng Nxled dun sa gitna.
Ebon with a push. Arado to Tubino. Oh, what a shot there by Tubino. A little off-speed, fade-away sort of a shot.
And a lot of gap between the blockers. Talking about Makaslang and Ebon. Great eye by Royce Tubino. Let's take a look at that again.
She was reaching back because the set was a little behind her. 5-point lead for the high-speed hitters. Makaslang blocked. There's a push by Palomata on an overpass by Abil. Ebon against 2 blockers. Oh, and a nice push. Laika Ebon now with 8.
Laika Ebon adjusting to that set. It was actually a bit too tight. Pero great timing and ang ganda nung pagbasa niya dun sa depensa ng high-speed hitters.
Abil, last time she played for the PVL was back in 2021 in the Open Conference for Balipure. And Royce Tubino knocks it in through the double block. The defense of the Chameleons, Mela, here in the second set, not as good as it was in the opening set.
We've seen more rallies, longer rallies in the first set compared to the rallies we're seeing here in the second. It's like attacking was made easier for PLDT. Even the blockings of the Nxled, they're not getting the same touches like they did in the first set.
Tubino now with 5 points.
And look at the scoreboard for the high-speed hitters. 7 for Palomata and Santos, 6 for Davison, and 5 for Tubino.
A lot of contributors, very balanced scoring for the high-speed hitters. Maraginot, that's dug by Santos from the middle. Reyes, and double contact. Makaslang touched it twice.
The last thing you want is for the players to get carried away with that first set win, because the last time they won a set was during their opening game pa yata. They went up against the veteran teams F2 and the Petrogas Angels, but they didn't get any set against those veteran teams. A 5-point lead by the high-speed hitters.
7 serving 12. Nice serve by Makaslang. Di ba kulangan on a 1-2 play. Picked up by Cal. Ebon against 2 blockers. She's turned away. Another chance here for Ebon. Oh! Twice denied Mika Reyes with a kill block.
Great read from Mika Reyes. Dikit na dikit siya kay Tubino, and she really roofed that last spike.
He's been here since before the first game today. Get well soon, of course. Jerome Lastimosa, full ACL tear in his first ever game in season 86 of the UAAP basketball tournament. So obviously feel bad for him. The fans, of course, rooting for him as well, wanting to see him in his final season for the Soaring Falcons. In the meantime, let's get back to volleyball talk. Second set. PLDT down 1-0, but they are up 13-7 here against the Chameleons. Saved by Cal. Maraginot can't even get it across the net. So the struggles continue here in the second set for Nxled, Bella.
Errors plaguing the team right now. And it seems like their main concern right now is the consistency, because we've seen the sparks from their players in the first set. But right now, I think Camille Cal couldn't, she can't manage to set up to anyone consistent. Even Laika Evans also struggling from the other side, especially because Mika Reyes already adjusted to her attacks.
Maraguinot. What a dig there for Arado. That's going to be an overreach on Pelaga. Clearly, as Di Maculangan was still trying to set it up. Only 4 attack points for the Chameleons here in set number 2. So
Navarro come in for Nxled Chameleons.
Janine Navarro, 28 years old, former CSB volleyball player, who joined Binibining Pilipinas, candidate number 36 last year. Let's see if she can be a spark here for the Chameleons. Down by 8, 15 serving 7, second set. Maraguinot. Great defense and reception. That's double contact for Rhea Di Maculangan.
Very rare error for Rhea. You see a double sub here for the Nxled Chameleons. Mangolabnan and Victoria, the UST, former UST Golden Tigresses coming in and hoping to make damage for the Nxled Chameleons.
We mentioned Victoria coming off a 10-point performance in the last game, a loss against the Angels for the Chameleons. Meantime, Maji Mangolabnan did not score. But she came off the bench in all sets for Chameleons in the last game. That block goes out for Navarro, and the run continues for PLDT Mela.
Erica Santos, alam mo, even before when she was coming off the bench in the previous conferences, ang taas talaga ng efficiency niya sa atake, and now we see more of that in full minutes. And I think a lot of combination play is done when she's in the front line.
Service error for Tubino. That's at least her second error of that nature. Gets the side out for Nxled, but they find themselves in a huge deep hole here. Davison, that's outside. So back-to-back errors for PLDT, breathing some life into the Chameleons.
Still a 6-point lead for the High Speed Hitters. Let's see if the youngsters get to stock up points and to get close.
Santos, off-speed hit is good. Santos, she has been hurting the Chameleons in so many ways.
She is the top scorer now for the team. 9 points already for Erica Santos. And you love the variation that we see from her. Her points come off from, those drop shots, power spikes. And she even got a block earlier in the first set.
Only 5 points for Santos against the Foxies. But today, already with 9 as another service error. So 3 straight errors for the high-speed hitters. The last 3 points for the Chameleons. So they've received more easy points than they've scored offensively, the Chameleons have. Abil with an off-speed, got it!
Good eye from Judith Abil. And si Royce Tubino, she followed the ball with a look, but not with, her feet. And it landed right on the line.
Ooh. Serve is into the net for Navarro. So she returns the favor. Easy point for PLDT.
Very low clearance for that serve.
Victoria, cross court, dug by Santos. And here comes Davison. Abil. Gervina was right there, but Abil, as she was cutting across the lane, touched it and sent it outside.
I remember you mentioned how smooth the transition was for Nxled in the first set, but right now, it's also becoming one of their main problems. Parang wala sila sa pattern nila ng depensa.
Mangolabnan, back to Victoria, down the line. There's a block touch. So a side out here for Nxled.
Easy point for Camille Victoria. You gotta love how high her reach is. Coach Taka is gonna stick with Labnan and Victoria inside the court.
Victoria is 6'1". Skipped her final year with USD to go turn pro. Di makulangan. Ipalumata, dug by Ravenna. Victoria back row. Got it. Back-to-back points for Victoria and a 2-point run for the Chameleons.
I think for PLDT, I did mention earlier about the magical sets of Rhea de Maculangan. Pero kung magical, I think may magic bunot naman. Itong Nxled Chameleons. Ganda ng pasok ni Camille Victoria dito. Consecutive points from an attack and a service ace.
But still a 5-point game though. 14 serving 19, a bad pass. Service ace, 3 straight points for Victoria, powering this 3-point run by the Chameleons.
You gotta love how Camille Victoria is stepping up for the Nxled Chameleons. I mean, we featured her during our pre-game, but she did not start in this game. And I think she wants to continue that streak that she has for herself.
10 points in her last game. Victoria in that loss against the Angels. Here comes Davison. Yes! That stops the 3-point run by Nxled.
Savannah Davis even targeting the taller blocker in Makaslang when you have Maji Labdan guarding the down the line. But she hit it so strong. Tatawid pa rin.
Davison now with 8 points. It's 5 points either way. 5 points to win for PLDT, 5 points to tie for Nxled. Ooh.
Wrong contact for Camille Victoria. And these errors aren't going to help them regain the confidence that they got from the first set, as the PLDT High Speed Hitters are now 4 points away from tying this game.
Nice serve by Davison all the way to the back. 1-2 play for Maji Mangulabnan. Here comes Tubino with a tip. One-handed dig by Victoria. Chance ball here for the high-speed hitters. Di Maculangan goes to Tubino through the double block. Back-to-back points for PLDT, and they're back up by 7.
Great play from Rhea de Maculangan, feeding Royce Tubino, who has a smaller blocker in Maji Mangulabnan. We're gonna see Permantilla in for Judith Abel. Abel has been struggling to attack, at least in this set. They're gonna try things off with Kiara Permantilla.
3 points away from equalizing PLDT. 22-15. Rich Makaslang finishes that ball.
She loved that set. And I think hindi nakasunod sa kanya itong si Palumata. So there was a big opening for her. Let's take a look at that again. Look at Palumata. Guarding the open already. Even Tubino did not jump to block Makaslang. Big opening for her.
A great play for Nxled. Service ace for Permantilla. That's her second. She aced against Arado in the first set. So a little bit of a run here. 2-point run for Nxled. They are still down by 5 here. This is the closest they've been in the last 7 minutes or so. Former Lady Falcon, Kiara Permantilla. Another nice serve, but a better pass by Davison. Tubino. Santos keeping it alive. Davison from the back row. This is a chance ball. Mangulabnan, who does she go to? Back to Makaslang. Miss hits it. Sends it outside. They're saying there's a block touch. There will be a challenge here to Coach Minoa.
Well, the teammates look sure, but the spiker herself, Makaslang, parang nag-aalangan din kung may touch ba. I think she was saying that the set was too low. Pero pwede magbaka sakali dahil mag-end game na tayo and they have 2 more challenges in the set.
To make sure for block area and defense area. So it's totally different from the first set. Now it's middle blocker just follow the ball. That's why it's cross block. Just mistake the block. Okay. Also defense area. Yeah. Just make sure. Okay, calm down and fight again.
All right, here's a look. There is no... Is there? Doesn't look like there. Yeah, no block touch. Us?
She hit it pagilid eh.
Yeah. I was getting a little confused because the Chameleons here were jumping. They were jumping up and down like there was a touch. I'm looking at the video and I'm not seeing any.
I think that's just a case of fake it till you get it. The point.
So back to a 6-point cushion here for Del Palomata and the high-speed hitters. Stopping the 2-point run of the Chameleons. Maraginot. Dig by Davison. Here's Tobino. One-handed push coming from Victoria, keeping it alive. The rally continues. Di Makulangan goes back to Tobino. Oh, what a dig. Overpass though. 1-2 play. Gervina keeping it alive. Di Makulangan. Another 1-2 play. And another save by the Chameleons. Mika Reyes through the double block this time, and no messing around for Di Makulangan. She wants that rally ended.
Well, kanina pa siya humihingi, but Rhea Di Makulangan tried twice to take matters into her hands. Pero ang ganda rin ang discard na to. Just when the defense of the Nxled Chameleons were scrambling, she gave it to the first tempo attacker, Mika Reyes.
7 set points for PLDT. Their biggest lead was 8 points here in set number 2. Palomata can put it away with an ace. Good pass by Gervina. Back row, Victoria. Davison, she's been receiving and digging so well from the back. Tobino, on the other hand, just getting one kill after another from the wings.
Grace Tobino, she had those costly errors in the first set and made sure she will come back stronger here in the second set. And that's exactly what she did as they get this set 25-17.
Tobino with 7 points. A 7th to finish off set number 2. A comfortable win here for PLDT over Welcome back to the Santa Rosa Sports Complex. And you see we are tied 1 set each between PLDT and Nxled in the first game of your triple treat today. And let's take a look at highlights of set number 2, Mela.
This is completely PLDT's set. Nakadikit na lang itong Nxled Chameleons nung dulo ng set, but still the momentum that they were trying to build, it wasn't as consistent as the ones they built in the first set. Nagkaroon sila ng konting sparks with a double sub, talking about mga Labnan and Camille Victoria, but you know, Erica Santos and co, like itong sila Tubino, they were just very consistent. So the consistency that was lacking on the side of Nxled Chameleons, PLDT yung nag-fill in yan as we see the big disparity on the attacking department, 16 compared to 7 of Nxled. I mean, in the first set, I think they also had 16 attack points, pero 13 yung sa Nxled, binawi rin nila yon sa aces, and mas maraming na-commit na errors itong PLDT. But here in the first set, I think equally many errors, pero yung Nxled sumabay din sa dami ng errors, so that did not help them. And the blocks of the PLDT High Speed Hitters, more than the block points, ang ganda rin ng mga block checks nila, really intimidating the spikers and really marking the key players, talking about Maraginot and itong si Laika Ebon. Laika Ebon, I believe, has been very quiet in producing points here in the second set. She only got
1 point.
1 point.
Yeah, in the second set.
So now she has 7 points, 6 points from the first set, and no Laika Ebon. I think it's a very dangerous sign for the Nxled Chameleons.
I agree. And on the other side, you have Erica Santos leading the way for the young Erica Santos, leading the way for the high-speed hitters. She has 9. Davison has 8.
With the attack efficiency, 8 of 15. That's how much Erica Santos have converted in this game so far. And we're just approaching the third set. Her attack efficiency is at 53%. That's really high.
What's going to be key here, Mela? Third set for Nxled after a lackluster, low-energy second set.
Well, they need the attacking options kasi kanina nabuhayan lang sila nung nagkakaroon ng successful attacks from Camille Victoria, but other than that, I think dun sila nagkulang in that set. I mean, 7 attack points in one set. That's relatively low talaga, especially you have very talented spikers in Jo Maraginot. Even Makas lang, when she's activated, napakataas din ng porsyento. So they need to go back to that good flow sa kanilang sistema. Kanina kasi nabanggit nga natin yung discipline nila sa depensa nandun eh. In the second set, ang bilis makapatay ng PLDT. Ang taas nga ng porsyento nila sa atake. So, kailangan nilang bumalik muna doon sa depensa nila. And I guess the rest will just follow.
So it's their defense fueling their offense for the Chameleons. Set number 3 is underway. We start off with a rare bad pass once again. Kat Arado, she has had many great digs, but 2 bad passes is rare from one of the best liberos. We've talked about that already at length, Mela.
I think parang third na nga yan, no? And I'm not sure if that's the game plan of Nxled to target Kat Arado, but that's very rare for coaches.
And I think that's a bad game plan. If your game plan is to target Kat Arado, that's a bad plan. That hit is good as Santos continues to, have great vision, great awareness, finding these openings.
And the first player to reach double digits in this whole game is Erica Santos. 10 points already for this young talent.
So 1-1, third set. One bad pass here for Judith Adil, and she knew it. As soon as it bounced off her arm, she knew it.
Look at the leading scorers. Laika Ebon with 9 points, Santos with 10. Despite a very quiet second set for Ebon. But look at how much they're struggling, di ba? Bad pass, hindi magawa ng paraan na maayos yung second set. Yung second touch, which is the set, and that's how it results to those errors. And just like that, itong PLDT may 2 puntos na agad na abante.
A really poor start here for the Chameleons after losing by 8 points in the second set.
Yeah, and I think another thing that they need to make sure they do here in the third set is hindi nila palakihin yung lamang. Kasi kanina, nung first set, kahit napalitan, they're very much into it eh. Yung confidence nandun pa din. Pero kapag malaki yung lamang at hahabol sila, I don't think they're the most confident group of bunch para magkaroon ng capability na maka-overcome nun.
All right, let's go to Kyla Castillo.
I was able to talk to Coach Manolo Refuya of the PLDT High Speed Hitters, and he told me that so far they are liking the execution of their plays. However, it is their intensity that they have to maintain. Medyo nagfa-fluctuate he said. As we go into the third set, let's see if the High Speed Hitters can remain consistent and ride the momentum to a W. New streaming experiences await via the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for as low as 149 pesos. Now back to you, Eric and Mela.
All right, thank you, Kyla. The punishment from PLDT continues.
Erica Santos yet again with another point. That is her 11th point already. But she moves so simple. Walang mga extrang galaw. But a very explosive approach for Erica Santos.
A rare good pass coming from Abil here in set number 3. Santos, Abil, another good dig. Ebon, picked up by Di Makulangan. Arado sets it up for Davison. Davison with a push and the point.
Davison targeting the hands of Camille Cal. And you know, Camille was there to block, but parang fade away block. Let's take a look at that again. Pahabol siya. Umalun siya and she was swaying to the right.
Davison knew what she wanted to do before she even jumped. She was going to swipe it off Camille Cal or whoever was blocking her. Gervina will set it. Here comes Maraguinot down the line. Got it.
That's the first time she went to that angle. And this is what you gotta see from Nxled Chameleons, yung pupukpok sa atake. Dahil dyan sila nagkaroon ng mataas na kumpiyansa in the first set. At medyo absent yan ang second set. So they really need those confidence-boosting attacks from their key players.
4 points for Maraguinot. A quiet match so far. Oh, Santos pounding that one in down the line against Ravenna.
No, Erica Santos, kahit siya nang siya yung pumupuntos, hindi pa rin siya nababantayan. Nxled Chameleons unable to adjust to her attacks. But look at her elevation. Taas din ang reach talaga ito ni Erica Santos.
That's 12 already for Santos. And the lead is 5. Make that 6 off a service ace by Mika Reyes.
Mika Reyes had the service error in the second set. But now she's making up for it.
I'm sure the question on everyone's mind right now, man, everyone watching, after such a good, tight first set, what happened in the second and then coming into the third for Nxled?
Well, I guess kung yung philosophy talaga hindi nagpabaya itong PLDT. Kasi alam nila, ay, lumalaban itong mga bata, hindi tayo pwedeng relax. And yan naman talaga yung laging sinasabi ng mga coaches. Even si Coach Ral, di ba, sabi niya nga, ayaw niya ng, sakripisyo ang puhunan nila. And they don't want those kinds of sacrifice na holiday, nag-ensayo sila. Tapos they're gonna play in a lower level dito sa laro against a younger team.
Santos once again. Wow, she is on automatic right now. 13 points now for Erica Santos, restoring a 6-point cushion for PLDT.
Napaka-easy tignan ng galaw nila. No, re-receive, and then Rhea de Makulangan bahala na kahit kanino iset. Tumataas yung porsyento eh. Kasi grabe din kung makikita mo yung ipit niya sa set.
Permentilla. Cal, ooh, bad pass there from Camille Cal. Davison, off speed. Ooh, everything is a hole defensively right now against the Chameleons. I mean, for the high-speed hitters, whatever they hit falls into a space where there's nobody defending.
For sure, and I guess naapektuhan na rin yung psychological factors dito sa side ng Nxled Chameleons. Kasi iba maglaro or iba gumalaw ang mga players kapag mababa na nga yung kumpiyansa.
Abil. Arado with the pass. Palomata, blocked by Makaslang. A rare point on the defensive end for the Chameleons.
Palomata hitting it directly towards the hands of Makaslang. Parang nulok siya dun eh, nakailalim siya. So hindi niya nakita na dun yung kamay na dun ni Makaslang. They need a lot of points, 6 points to be exact, to keep up and build that momentum that was lost since the second set for the Nxled Chameleons.
Davison. A great dig coming from Ravenna. Back row, Permentilla. Di Makulangan, back to Davison with the push. Ooh! Davison, she leaps so high. She has so many options.
We saw it right in front of us. And alam mo, she's not the tallest outside spiker, pero different yung timing niya eh. May hang time siya at kakaiba yung timing niya. That's why it's very hard for the blockers to time her spikes.
Played Division I volleyball in the NCAA. And back in the US, she is a Phil-Canadian back row from the Phil-Italian. Chiara Permentilla, Tubino on a combination.
Everything going right on the side of PLDT. And Rhea de Macalan is simply making everyone shine. Feeding Tubino, giving some balls to Palomata, and of course, Erica Santos. I think quota na for today already for Erica.
After a 5-point performance against the Foxies, Santos with 13. That's on the line for Ebon, who has had a quiet last 2 sets after exploding with at least 7 points in the opening set.
Well, that's actually her 10 point already. Talking about Laika Ebon.
Meantime, May Luna seeing action as Coach Minoa looking for a combination that'll work here in set number 3. Ebon picked up by Santos. That was a low pass. Arado will send it over underhand. Chance ball here for the Chameleons. Combination play. Permentilla. Davison with the up. Palomata. Cal overpass. Palomata pushes. And there is a net touch against the Chameleons. That sends us to our one and only technical timeout, set number 3. It is an 8-point lead here for the Red Shirts against the Chameleons.
So, now time to sink in. What we can do.
Checking out the action inside the Santa Rosa Sports Complex. First game of our triple treat this Thursday, All Souls Day. And a long weekend for everybody. Thank you for spending it with us, whether you're on your way here, watching us on Pilipinas Live, or in your homes, checking out the action on One Sports and One Sports Plus. Right now, these ladies, the Nxled Chameleons, after winning the opening set by 3, they lost by 8 in the second set and are down by 8 as well here in set number 3. They haven't been able to turn it around after struggling in the second set, Mela.
Look at the body language of the Nxled Chameleons. Everyone looks so down as we see Jeanette Panaga in attendance today. Wala silang laro ngayon.
Yep.
They won against the Farm Fresh Foxies last October 31.
4 sets. Talo yata ng second set, no? If I'm not mistaken.
Romero made headlines that day.
Meantime, Camille Cal sets it up. Permentilla. Di Makulangan with a pass. Davison not expecting it, so it's going to be a chance ball here for the Chameleons. Cal, back set. Ebon, single lady block. Royce Tubino with the block point.
Royce Tubino really timing that Ebon spike well. And that's very hard to do, lalo na kaliwete. Tapos ang daming angles na pwedeng puntahan. So kudos to Royce Tubino.
But it's so surprising how the high-speed hitters, Mela, they've been able to shut down Ebon when Ebon was so successful in the opening set.
Well, yan naman yung sa mga veterano na teams do. Kasi they do scouting prior to the game. And if things don't go well during the game, they make sure to adjust, or at least they try to adjust. And I think the in-game adjustments of the high-speed hitters, maganda yung nangyayari ngayon after that first set loss.
Permentilla buries that one. And for Coach Minoa, he's clapping his hands, hoping it sparks something for the Chameleons. Nobody except for Ebon in double digits for the Chameleons. Meantime, 3 players now in double digits for PLDT. 13 for Santos, 11 for Davison, and 10 for Tubino. Permentilla with a nice serve. Here's Tubino. Picked up by Mangulabnan. Ooh. The table committee saying wrong server against the Nxled Chameleons. That's why they blew the whistle. Coach Minoa and the staff looking surprised here.
I think the PLDT coaching staff is pointing out na wrong server even before the double sub of the Nxled, and our officials are trying to put things in order here on the Nxled side.
A little wry smile on the face of Coach Minoa. His first time to coach in the Philippines, 32-year-old Takayuki Minoa, former assistant coach of the Ajeo Medics, and also coached in China, Liaoning Tenda. But he is more popularly known, of course, as the husband of Jaja Santiago. 15 serving 16 and a 9-point lead. This is the biggest cushion for PLDT. Combination play. Tubino down the line. It's wide. Tubino falls down hard, and she's okay.
Nanggigil, there was no blocker up against Tubino, especially in that down the line area. Masyadong kinabig.
Camille Victoria. This is her 3rd pro team. She played for Cherry Loom, also for Akari, and now with Nxled. Tubino with a dump. Yes.
That's the common problem when you have a smaller blocker, kasi alam nila papadaanan ka, kaya yung mga defenders sa backline super atras na, and it leaves, you know, the defense pattern with a big opening there in the middle.
That middle has been open almost the entire match long for PLDT. Permentilla, dug by Tubino. Davison, dug by Luna. Here comes Permentilla. Oh, off-speed hit, picked up by Santos. Davison again, off-speed. Oh, she knows the hole is there after the point by Tubino. Davison finds the same opening and scores.
And ito yung pinagkaiba ng mga veteran teams versus the younger teams, kasi kanina kahit natalo sila ng first set, maganda yung ginalaw mismo ng Nxled, but the in-game adjustments talagang nasa coach yan, nasa players yan. They make sure to mark kung sino yung kailangan nilang markahan at mag-adjust dun sa mga tamang ginagawa ng kalaban. And now that they're moving so well, talking about the high-speed hitters, they force their opponents to commit these errors for them kasi nandiyan na yung intimidation factor, di ba?
And this is now the biggest lead in double digits for the first time. 11-point cushion for the high-speed hitters, 18 serving 7. Push there by Pelaga. Pelaga keeps it alive. Di Makulangan goes to Davison. Oh, Jovina avoiding the ball, hitting her face. Chance ball here for Di Makulangan. They go to Santos. Single blocker. Santos puts it away.
What a follow-through from Erica Santos. Sabi nga natin, napakasimple niya lang gumalaw, pero very highly efficient spiker. Just look at that. Great elevation from her. And high reach on the ball. Delayed na delayed yung gitna ng Nxled Chameleons, and she took advantage of that pretty well.
Low set, but Pelaga able to hit it across. Permentilla, excellent coverage defensively. by the high-speed hitters, and everything they hit turns into a point right now.
See how on top Davison was on that last play. Going up against Manny Mangolabnan. Let's take a look at that again. That was actually a tight set by Nika Reyes, pero gagawa ng paraan. Victoria also didn't touch that ball.
5 straight points scored by the high-speed hitters now. Finally, a side out for Nxled. That stops the run by PLDT.
Still a long way to go for the Nxled Chameleons.
And a rare appearance by Jules Samonte. First time to check in today for Coach Rodrigo Fort. Jules Samonte coming off a 1-point performance. She played in the first and second set of that win against the Foxies.
Well, we did talk about the players that they shuffled throughout the previous conferences, and you mentioned about Jules Samonte, who was, I see a resemblance with how Erica Santos is playing like right now. Dahil ganyan din si Jules before off the bench. She would really produce points until she got a spot in their starters. Kanya-kanyang oras lang, sabi nga ng mga coaches.
21 serving 8. Victoria, yes! A rare highlight for Nxled here in set number 3. It's been all PLDT. And Rachel Ostero, as you see this hit by Victoria. It's Ostero checking in for the first time today.
Now this big lead, we see Coach Rodrigo Fort is getting more opportunities to field in more players, get more experience dahil this is a very long tournament. So kailangan all the players as much as possible would get experiences, kind of like Jules Samonte scoring off of that down-the-line hit.
And we talked about the talent-laden high-speed hitters. I mean, anybody you put in can contribute. Former Lady Eagle Jules Samonte, her first touch, first attack, first point right away. 22 serving 9. Mangolabnan sets it up. May Luna. Makulangan goes to Davison. Victoria with a good pass. Luna again. Yes!
Hey, Luna getting some help from the net. That was a very fast set by Madji Mangolabnan. But nonetheless, it's gonna be a point for the Chameleons.
They're finally in double digits. Talking about Nxled, that's their 10th point. They're down by 12. 24-year-old Mangolabnan. Ostero on a running attack. Got it.
So far, everyone that Coach Rod put in already contributed a point or two.
What a luxury. Coach Rodrigo Fort.
Here comes another one. And that's checking in for Royce Tavino.
23 serving 10. Third set. Total domination by PLDT over Nxled. Table officials clearing something up. Now we're good to go. Behind Corpus, signaling to first referee Erlindo Eusebio. We're all set. Mulabnan. Victoria cross court, dug by Davison. Mendrez underhand pass, chance ball for the Chameleons. Oh, but an overpass there, and easy put away for the tall 5'10" Mean Mendrez.
That's actually a tough get for Vina. I mean, she was at zone 5 at nakapwesto na si Victoria to get that chance ball, but she called for the ball, kaya lang nag-over. Very active on the net yung mga blockers nitong PLDT as they are now at set point.
And the trend continues. Mela, Mendrez scoring, so everybody fielded in by Coach Ricafort scoring and contributing. Set point saved when there are still 13 more for PLDT. Luna off the bench with a good serve. Back row Davison. Up by Molabnan. Here comes Victoria. Cross court, dug by Davison. She has been defending so well today. Mendrez against two blockers. Victoria sends it over. Chance to put it away right here. And there you go. Rachel Ostero, her second point off the bench.
Blockers of the Nxled Chameleons are just so disorganized as the PLDT High Speed Hitters go on to take this third set. They're now up by 2 sets against the Nxled Chameleons.
3 players in double digits for the high-speed hitters. And right now, they're going into set number 4 in full control and with a high level of confidence. Set number 3 as we take a look at some of the highlights here mostly for the high-speed hitters, Mela.
Kanina, Eric, nabanggit mo ano yung kailangan gawin ng Nxled, and I did answer na dapat hindi nila palakihin yung lamang dahil may hirapan talaga sila, not just with the technical stats but also of course, when you're young going up against a veteran team, ang hirap nung confidence na makahabol kapag gano'n ang kalaki. They were down by as much as 12 points. But looking at the side of the PLDT, everyone just really doing their jobs from defense to offense. And look at that. From 8 errors in the first set, they have no errors in this third set. And they even improved in the attacking department. Just look at that, 17 compared to just 8 of the Nxled Chameleons. And they also they also scored up from 2 aces, which kanina dyan naman sila pinupitrian itong Chameleons na dyan sila nakakuha ng lamang. And the errors as well of the Nxled Chameleons, 5 errors pero ang laki nung naging epekto sa kanila kasi namigay sila ng puntos and at the same time hindi pa sila makakreate ng mga puntos nila. So it was a completely dominating win by the PLDT High Speed Hitters in that third set.
A perfect set for the red shirts en route to a 2-1 advantage in this one and only meeting in the second All-Filipino Conference. Camille Victoria and the rest of the Nxled Chameleons must win set here in order to stay alive in this match.
Coach Taka going for the taller mix of players in Makaslang, Ebon, Camille Cal, Victoria. Kanina it was Judith Abel who was the starting outside hitter. Or she came off the bench actually after the first error of who did she replace in the first set? I think it was May Luna.
Meantime, a bad set there to start things off. Here in the third for Camille Cal. Easy point right away for PLDT. Both teams coming off contrasting results in the last 2 games. PLDT fresh off 2 straight wins. Meanwhile, Nxled coming off 2 straight losses. Nowhere to go like Ebon.
Well, we do miss that Ebon-Cal connection. It was very effective in their first game. It was very effective in the first set. And it's just a matter of consistency.
The block against Ebon going outside. So that's the first point for the Chameleons. May Luna with the serve. And the ace.
May Luna, number 9 in serving. And she works her magic again this time.
Take a look at the leading scorers on your screens. Santos, there she is, 14. Ebon with 10. May Luna with her second straight serve. Santos, picking up where she left off.
Make that 15 attack points, or 15 points rather, for Erica Santos. Seems like it's a one-stop play when it's being set to her.
2-all. You're in set number 4. Ebon, that's dug by Di Maculangan. Tubino will play setter to Santos. Santos, oh, everything she hits. 16 points now for Erica Santos as we go to Kyla Castillo courtside.
Thanks, Eric. Coming into the fourth set, Coach Taka demanded the Nxled Chameleons to bring back the fire they've shown in the first set. He said that while he recognizes that they are still in the process of learning and adjusting, they can't use that as an excuse because they know that they already have what it takes para makipagsabayan. Can the Chameleons bring back the color in this match? We'll have to see. New streaming experiences await via the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for as low as 149 pesos. Now back to you, Eric and Mela.
All right, thank you, Kyla. Great report. That fire we saw, we had such a competitive opening set. Just practically disappeared in the second and third set. And like what Kyla said, according to Coach Taka, he knows that these girls can compete. That's what they did. They actually won the opening set on a very, tightly contested points down the stretch.
Palitan eh. Alam mo, hindi chamba kasi tinrabaho talaga. And I guess that's what the coach is demanding from his players. Dahil bigla lang nawala eh. Yun nga, yung consistency kailangan pa nila i-work on. But these errors are really plaguing the Nxled Chameleons. On the other hand, Erica Santos about to serve. She is 60% in attacking today.
Wow.
16 of her 25 attack attempts, she managed to convert into points.
Good pass by Luna. Here comes Maraginot. Gervina. Cal back to Joanna Maraginot. Picked up by Santos. Del Palomata on the dump attempt. Battle at the net. Victoria blocks Palomata. Davison. Oh, what a cut shot.
Just a lot of room for Davison to go to that cross-court shot. And she did not hold back. Just look at the follow-through. A first-line attack. It literally landed on the first line. Coach Taka fielding in Maji Mangolabnan as we see signs of frustrations out from Camille Cal.
3-point lead right away. Overpass. Del Palomata. Gervina right there for the dig. Good defense by the Chameleons. Palomata tries again and scores this time. She will not be denied the second time.
And I guess the frustrations are really coming off from the excellent sets of Freya de Maculangan. Dahil litong-lito na rin yung mga blockers. Walang makapa. Kaya naman yung depensa nila sa likod parang binubugbog and they can convert into attacks.
Meantime, Judith Abil checks back in. 4-point lead for PLDT. Laika Ebon, dug by Santos. Davison, again, same shot, same result.
Again, it's the timing of Davison plus the elevation. And si Victoria, hindi nakakalito rin yung ganitong role sa team, no? Na minsan opposite ka and then in the same game, gagawin kang gitna. So yung mga patterns, medyo mahirap ma-master kapag marami kang kailangang aralin or punan.
After a perfect set number 3, a few errors for PLDT, allowing Nxled to stay within striking distance. There's Jovi Prado on your screens. Prado, ACL injury in the Invitational Conference this year. Davison, off-speed hit, dug by Ebon. Palomata from the middle. Ebon again with another dig. Maraginot. Picked up by Arado. Here's Davison. Ooh! Savannah Davison, look out!
Again, elevation. Hindi talaga mabilis matimingan ng mga blockers. But, yung in-game adjustments na sinasabi natin, that was her third or fourth time going to that cross court, in this rotation alone, dapat nakaka-adjust na sila sa defense pattern or even sa blocking pattern.
16 points for Davison. Maraginot fires one and scores.
Blocker for Jo Maraginot as she went down the line, getting a point against Erica Santos.
Only the 5th point for Maraginot. Just one player in double digits for Nxled. That's Laika Ebon. Tubino. Going down the line while her body was facing cross-court. Creative attack for Tubino. We know she can do that.
And again, ito naman yung luxury, no? Kapag imagine mangulabnan yung blocker dahil itong mga spikers ng PLDT pinapadaan dun sa smaller blocker.
10-5. PLDT. Abil. Easy dig for Davison and an easy point for Reyes. That's number 7 for Reyes. She matches her last game output and extends the lead to 6 for PLDT. Mangulabnan sets it a little low for Victoria. The push dug by Santos. Back row Davison off speed. And Davison will score again. Wow, Davison just showing us everything here today.
It's a lot of unanswered problems or concerns for the Nxled Chameleons. Yung kanilang defense hindi masolusyonan. Yung mga atake ng mga spikers hindi pa rin nila mapwestuhan kahit na, you know, a lot of them are going to the same angle.
Yeah.
And that donut hole has been there all throughout this game.
Overpass. Abil with a save. Mangulabnan sets it. Victoria blocked by Tubino. Gervina back to Victoria. Over the block. Palomata will play center. Oh, and a save by Dibakulangan. Palomata set it straight to the net. Dibakulangan somehow, someway made something out of it. 13-5. Everything going the way of PLDT as they lead by 8 here in set number 4 and are up 2-1 against Nxled Chameleons.
At least it's a point.
Hitters and Nxled Chameleons. More about the PLDT High Speed Hitters. Kat, country's best liberos. She's also a great defensive leader on and off the court. Now let's learn more about how she approaches her defensive role in this week.
Parang yung isip ko talaga is ayoko talaga nahirapan yung mga kasama ko. Kasi yung sa akin, yun lang yung trabaho ko as a libero. Mag-receive, dumepensa, mag-receive, dumepensa. So, paulit-ulit lang yung ginagawa ko. Bakit hindi ko pa siya magawa ng maayos?
She's making a case for the queen of defense today, Mela. That's what our question on Pilipinas Live. If you want to answer that, go ahead, you can. But she's really done a good number of digs today. Although she had a few reception errors, but we can forgive that.
Well, I think if you were to compare her digging and receiving, mas department niya talaga yung digging.
Digging, that's right.
Number 2 in that department right before this game. Pero ang dami niyang depensa ngayon
Yep.
lalo. I guess she could land that #1 after this game.
Palomata once again, getting the second touch. Even Coach Roderick Fort laughing about it. Abil is blocked. Jovina. Here comes Ebon. Back row, Davison. Got it. This is a 10-point lead right now for PLDT.
Look at that. Everyone ready. Kahit sino yung angatan ng bola, they're ready to attack. Even kanina, Rhea Di Maculangan was set up by Del Palomata and gave her first point in this game.
Another 5-point run for the high-speed hitters. Victoria changed her mind and just sent it over. Davison off speed, picked up by Abil. Jumping set for Maji Mangolabnan. Davison sets it for Tubino. Ebon passes. Going to be a chance ball here for the high-speed hitters. Back row, Davison with the push. Almost didn't make it. Davison another point. 6-0 run by PLDT. Their lead is right now supposed to be, check that, supposed to be 11. Admire the athleticism of Savannah Davison on that shot.
Then with the body language of the Chameleons, no one on their side is showing any signs of encouragement, or no one is smiling at all.
Check that. It's just now that the lead is in double digits at 10. Abil mishits. It's outside. And there's a block touch. So that stops the run by PLDT.
Camille Cal is back inside the court. It's been a shuffle between her and Mangolabnan. Kung sino man yung makapag-activate ng mga spikers better. Coach Taka tries shuffling them both.
Tubino. Blocked by Camille Cal. Di Maculangan back to Royce. Blocked again. Camille Cal, her re-entry. Giving Chameleons a good blocker at the net.
We mentioned about the advantage of the open hitters when it's Mangolabnan being the blocker on the other side. Now, this is the downside when you have Camille Cal. In their last game against the Petrogas Angels, she was actually the top blocker for their team. 2 kill blocks.
Reyes from the middle, picked up by Ebon. 1-2 play for Camille Cal. Dug again by Arado. Di Maculangan diving for it. Chance ball here for Cal. And there's a point. Rich Makaslang knocking it in.
Making something out from that chance ball. They just need, a boost of energy in their team right now. Kasi nandyan yung nandyan naman yung potential and anytime they could unleash it. But they get carried away by everything right that's been going on the side of the PLDT High Speed Hitters.
Well, don't look now, Mela. This is a 3-point run by the Chameleons, and I'm sure the crowd is waiting to erupt. Filipinos love the underdog, so they're waiting for this team to come back here and steal this set number 4. Davison, wow. Can you see how on top of the ball she was, right?
I know, and it's really the explosiveness of her approach and her hang time, but on the side of the Chameleons, nakita natin itong si Victoria nakatago dun sa defense pattern. Ito yung sinasabi natin na nakakalito kapag you're playing multiple roles in a single game. Kasi yung muscle memory mo, shuffle din eh.
Yeah.
So wala siya dun sa lugar kung nasa siya dapat sa depensa. And speaking of wala sa lugar, ito walang tao dun sa area na yon on the side of PLDT. Camille Cal scoring off after being benched a couple of minutes here in the third set. Maganda naging reflection niya. She was benched and she's been she's been producing points so far for the Nxled Chameleons.
4 points for Cal. 2 of their last four points coming here in set number 4 as Davison, a rare miss hit for her.
This is the time for the Nxled Chameleons to capitalize on these errors. I mean, PLDT is not as flawless as they were in the third set. So now they are down by 6 points, but they've been making runs.
Yeah, this is a 5-1 run for Nxled. Reyes, nice running cross-court hit.
Good eye by Mika Reyes, targeting the area kung saan pabalik pa lang yung server. That was actually a one-stop play.
Reyes now with 8 points. The lead is back to 7 for Royce Tubino. And the high-speed hitters, 17 serving 10. Service ace for Tubino. It's going to be her second ace, 13 points now for Tubino.
The high-speed hitters making it hard for us to choose the possible player of the game. Just look at the scoreboard. 20 points for Davison, 17 for Santos, 8 for Palomata, 13 for Tubino, and 8 for Mika Reyes.
There's a block against Makaslang by Reyes. Chance ball here for the high-speed hitters. Davison, bang!
Very sharp attack from Davison. And it seems like all of a sudden she got triple activated. Here's the fourth set. She stacked up points here. I think 7 points already, or 8 points. That was her 8 points here in the third set.
Just in the third set alone.
21 points already in total for this whole game.
And that will be her biggest output, I believe, for the second All-Filipino Conference as Jessie De Leon checks in for the high-speed hitters. Abil, yes!
Gatarado letting that ball go. I think her feet were planted, unable to adjust or go for the back pedal.
11 serving 19. It's still been all PLDT here in set number 4. Short serve. Davison with a good pass. Back set. Santos blocked by Maraginot. Di Makulangan back to Santos. Blocked again. Oh, great defensive play by Joanna Maraginot.
Jo Maraginot has been, she's had her struggles in defense, but ito yung opportunity niya talaga to build back her confidence and she's in the front line with those attacks and those blocks.
Meantime, Samonte checks in to replace Santos. Davison. Abil with a dig. Here comes Maraginot. Blocked! Oh! She gets a taste of her own medicine with Samonte.
Again, this is a personal observation. No? When the set is a bit high for Jo Maraginot, madalas nabablock, or that's not actually the kind of set she seems to prefer. Pagka yung mga shoot set, ang bilis niyang patayin even through the block.
Lead is 8. 20 serving 12. Good pass by Abil. One-handed set is no good. And that is also an overreach for Cal.
Again, the problems dun sa reception. Dun talaga, kanina dun nagsimula hindi sila makapasa ng maayos, and that's when their setters started to become frustrated at naapektuhan din yung kanilang attacking system.
Meantime, Del Palomata sits down. Rachel Ostero is in the game for just the second time today. Cal will set it. Ebon picked up by Tubino. Davison with a push. Cal with the up. Gervina sets it to Maraginot. Off the block. De Leon with the pass. Davison again. Gervina right there for the recovery. Maraginot off the block. Longest rally of set number 4. Davison. Short back-to-back errors for Savannah Davison. I haven't seen that very often.
Nanggigil din siya dun sa opening na meron siya. She only had one blocker. At nakita mo, nag-twist na yung katawan niya. At just too much follow-through. That last sequence as Mendrez checks back in to replace Savannah Davison. There are also a couple of substitutions on the other side. Kiara Permentilla replacing Jo Maraginot.
Chameleons down by 8, 13 serving 21. What could be the final set of this matchup? Ooh, a rare miscue there for the veteran Rhea Di Makulangan. Di Makulangan, 1 point. So far today, she has 1 attack. But what doesn't show is the way she's run the offense of this high-speed hitters.
She is the person behind this very productive set of strikers today.
Service ace though for Makaslang. Little 2-point run for the Chameleons. Makaslang, her final season in the UAAP was season 84. This is just her second team. Nxled after playing for Akari. Mendres through the double block. Here is a net touch going to be called against Laika Ebon. So this has all but slipped away from Nxled. Down by 7 late in set number 4. What are the learnings moving forward for the Chameleons, Mela?
Well, sabi nga kanina ni Coach Rald, no, gusto nilang burahin sa vocabulary nila yung complacency, and I guess that's what plagued itong side ng Nxled. And after winning that first set, it seems like they really got carried away by that win, and napabayaan na nila yung mismong ginagalaw nila na maganda sa loob. They did not manage to maintain kung ano yung maganda nilang ginagawa, at pumangit pa yung ibang area. So kailangan talaga yung alaga, the same way na itong PLDT, nalagaan nila yung lamang nila. They lost but they did not show any signs na ay talo kami. They did not look down, but instead they worked for it, and you know, the skills talagang nag-improve from defense setting most especially, and the offense was just on point today.
Meanwhile, for the high-speed hitters, after losing their very first game in the second All-Filipino Conference, they are on the way to picking up their third straight win. How do you see them moving forward as they take on tougher opponents in this conference?
Well, all the teams, the coaches, lagi namang mas preferred matalo sa una. Kasi kesa yung naghahabol ka, di ba? Tapos matalo. At least you know, in terms of goal setting, alam mo kung ilang set mo ba dapat na panalo itong mga remaining games and all that. So, I think that's also a good eye-opener for the team na okay, ang haba ng inensayo nito coming into the season, coming to the conference, pero natalo agad. So, makikita mo agad kung saan pa dapat mag-improve.
Meantime, these Chameleons, Kiara Permentilla with a nice cross-court hit, getting a point against Arado. So, there are obviously a lot of bright spots, silver linings, call it what you want, for Nxled Chameleons. Coach Minoa building blocks once again moving forward as they will absorb their third straight loss after today. There's an error on the attack by Ostero, so 2 match points thrown away. Still a very young team, the Chameleons, so obviously, again, this will be a learning experience, and moving forward, they will grow, they will get better, they will learn from their mistakes, which, especially in sets 2 and 3, they're a lot for them. Service ace here. That's going to be the third one in my unofficial count for Permentilla.
Just look at that. The younger squad showing no signs of giving up until the last stretch of this game.
And the crowd somewhat coming alive inside the Santa Rosa Sports Complex, seeing the Chameleons fight back-to-back aces, and the crowd roars in approval inside the venue, and so do the bench of Nxled as they have erased several match points, and they are now within 4, forcing Coach Roderick Ford to call a timeout.
So, baliktad. Pag mas maganda ulit, pag pili. Mas maganda ulit. Malagay-lagay na ako. Kesa yung pwede sa pag-type ko yung game. Go, 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 go. Tapos mo.
Four match points erased by these young Chameleons, and they are now within 4 after back-to-back aces by Kiara Permentilla.
We have to remember that it was those service aces that made the separation for them during the first set. They had sila sa atake lamang dun yung PLDT in that first set win for the Chameleons, but it was their service aces that worked well for them.
Permentilla looking for another ace. A good pass by Mendres. Ostero finally puts it away, and the crowd loving it as well. Just, they want action, and that's what they're getting here in the final few points of the 4th set, Mela.
Rhea de Macalangan making sure that Ostero gets that last point. She's been seeing limited minutes for the High Speed Hitters, but the Makulangan made it count for her as they take this win in 4 sets against the Nxled Chameleons.
A 5-point win in set number 4 for PLDT High Speed Hitters against the Nxled Chameleons in the first game of your triple treat right here at the Santa Rosa Sports Complex. And such a great, all-around performance by the High Speed Hitters. Balanced scoring, great distribution. Relive this game and all PVL games anytime, anywhere on the Pilipinas Live app. Available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for only 149 pesos. Double-digit performances from Davison, Santos, Tubino. And our best player right now in neither of those three. We go to the center, Rhea de Maculangan. Kyla, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Eric and Mela. And mabuhay Santa Rosa, Laguna. I'm with our best player of the game, none other than Rhea de Maculangan of the PLDT High Speed Hitters with 20 excellent sets. So first of all, congratulations, Rhea. Ano yung nagustuhan mo sa nilaro nyo today?
Siguro yung mabilis kami nakapag-adjust nung game kasi nung first set medyo slow yung game namin. Tapos nung second set, naka-recover din kami hanggang sa nakuha din namin yung rhythm namin.
More about that adjustment, no? Na-mention kanina ng coaches yung tendency nyo sa intensity na mag-fluctuate. So, paano nyo ito ginawa ng paraan?
Siguro yung composure namin sa sarili namin and sa bawat isa na talagang kami lang din magkakapitan. So, ayun, nag-success naman kami.
Rhea, gaano ka-importante itong panalong to given na meron na ulit kasunod na game this Saturday?
Importante yung bawat game. Siguro yung focus namin is every game kailangan maabot namin yung goal namin. Yun lang.
Alright, so lastly, sa tingin mo, saan kayo pinaka-nahirapan facing the Nxled Chameleons?
Nahirapan kami kasi siguro ang galing nilang dumipensa. Like, doon kami na-challenge yung paano namin gagawin yung discarte namin sa opensa namin. So,
alright, Rhea, meron ka bang mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan? You may now go ahead.
Binabati namin si Boss Al, si Sir Jude, si Miss JV, Sir Badge, Sir Irwin, sa lahat ng PLDT fans, di Makulangan family, and sa lahat mo lang nanonood dito sa Santa Rosa, maraming salamat po.
All right, thank you very much, Kyla. Congratulations to Rhea de Maculangan. After 10 excellent sets in their last game, 20 excellent sets today to lead the High Speed Hitters to their third straight win.
Well, they only want to get better as we progress in this tournament. As we take a look at their attack, 67 over 35 of the Nxled Chameleons, and that's how you know that Rhea de Maculangan really did a good job today, activating all her spikers, and the blocking department, nakahabol dyan yung Nxled, and the aces, they even managed to overpower yung winning team natin today in that area. But it's really the attack that made the difference for the PLDT High Speed Hitters, all thanks to Rhea de Maculangan's playmaking today.
So the High Speed Hitters go up to 3-1 with their third straight win, while the Nxled Chameleons lose their third straight and will drop down to 1-3 in the standings. Flying Titans and the High Risers coming up next, the second game of our triple treat today from the Santa Rosa Sports Complex. Thanks to our director Al Neri, for Kyla Castillo, Mela Tunay, I'm Eric Tipan. More action in the second All-Filipino Conference of the PVL right here on Pilipinas Live.
Okay, and the question is, sagutin ko na, walang reason para hindi ka lumaban. Perfect!